The module says a sequence is a function whose domain is the set of consecutive positive integers, and the range of the function is called the trace of the sequence. How does it work? Suppose we have a sequence 3, 5, 7, 9. And let's say this is an infinite sequence. We know that a sequence is a list of things in order. And since it has an order, it has a rule. So we want to look for the rule of this sequence. We know that the rule is we just add 2 to get the next term. So 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 2, 9. So the next term would be 9 plus 2, and that is 11. But what if we're interested to know the 100th term or the 99th term of the sequence? We'll be interested to know what's going to be the rule for that. And a function is some sort of a rule. This sequence is a function whose domain is the set of consecutive positive integers from positive 1 to positive infinity, because the very first term is our a sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4 to a sub n. And we can assign any values for n. This set of values for n is what we call the domain of our function. Whatever value that we're going to input to our n would be the value of our y. And the problem is, what's going to be the y? What's going to be the range? The range is what we call the trace of the function. The trace of the function. As you can see, we have a list of odd numbers: 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, and so on. Let us recall that odd numbers are numbers that can't be divided into 2 equal parts, whereas even numbers are numbers that can be divided into 2 equal parts and can be represented as 2n, because even numbers are divisible by 2, whereas odd numbers can be represented as 2n plus 1 or 2n minus 1. So in this sequence, we can say that a sub n would be equal to 2n plus 1. And that's going to be our function, because there is 1-to-1 correspondence. We have set of values for x and set of values for y. A sub n will be equal to 2n plus 1. And this is the function that we're looking for. A function is some sort of rule. So whatever we plug into our domain to n will be the value of y. That's why it's called the trace of the function. Suppose we are interested to know the 5th term of this sequence. A sub n, that'll be a sub 5, is equal to 2 times 5, plugging in the value of 5, plus 1. So 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1, and that'll be 11. So using this rule, we can determine the 100th term or the nth term of the sequence. So for today's lesson, we learned that a sequence is a function whose domain is the set of consecutive positive integers from 1 to positive infinity, as you can see from here, because this is the first term to the nth term. And the range of the function is called the trace of the sequence, because in this function, whatever you input for n will be the output of this function. I hope that helps. Thank you for your time. Till next time. Bye for now.